This is the Kinera GRAMR PRO modular IEM cable with boom microphone. It features a 2-core construction. Each core is made up of 49 strands of silver-plated copper wire. According to the specs online, it says 0.05 millimeter, but I hope the decimal place is off because that would be really, really thin. But if you move the decimal point to where I think it's supposed to be, that would make this 24 gauge wire, which is respectable. You can get it in either 2-pin or MMCX on the IEM side. And the termination is modular and includes a 3.5 millimeter single-ended and 4.4 millimeter balanced modular plug. It features a detachable MMCX boom microphone. The advertised length is 1.5 meters, so longer than normal. And the retail price is $80. And let's have a look. Very nice box, instruction manual, how to use the cable and the mic, and yeah, boom microphone, 4.4 millimeter balanced end and a 3.5 single-ended, and a neat little pouch and a couple of windscreens for the mic. That's a nice touch. And this case is okay, and inside is the cable. Yeah, this case is okay. It's a little bit thin and whatever, but it's cool that it comes with it, I guess. You can keep your IEM in here, although probably I'd rather save like $5, but whatever. A reasonably nice case. So yeah, that's everything in the box. Let's have a look at the cable itself. Comes with a little Velcro tie. I don't like these things at all, so we'll just get rid of that. And the cable itself definitely has a premium feel. The color is nice. It's like this green and minty kind of color. It looks good. It's a little bit stiff because it's 2-core, but the jacket is nice. The PVC is quality here. Everything is pretty good and pretty well behaved for a 2-core cable. Nice and thick. Definitely quality stuff here on the cable itself and the outer jacket. And above the Y split, you've got this single core. And let's have a look at the hardware here, starting with the Y split. You've got a cylindrical shaped green anodized aluminum Y split with like a honeycomb detail on it. It's pretty cool. And a nice chin slider, although it's a little bit loose and will slide around on its own. Nicely made anyway. Construction looks good here. And going on up to the ear hooks, a little bit soft and floppy and strangely shaped here. And you'll notice this one connector looks funky monkey, and we'll get to that in a second. But it looks like you got plenty of protrusion here for the 2-pin, and then you've got your MMCX port here for your boom mic. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Very nice green hardware with gold accents. 2-pin looks like it's gonna fit most deep socket IEMs just fine. And let's do some test fits here, starting with the truthier gate, which has an exceptionally recessed 2-pin socket. Plenty of protrusion here on the bottom, so it does go all the way in and home and bottoms out. Really nice fit here. So this should fit any of your deep socket 2-pin IEMs or your standard ones just fine. And the right side, yeah, you can see the funky shape of it, but yeah, it's okay. And here's the boom microphone. It's pretty sure it's an omnidirectional mic. You've got one hole in the barrel and a gooseneck arm, so you can bend this into pretty much whatever shape you want. And an MMCX connector kind of surrounded with this plastic shroud with a notch in it. And that notch is going to line up with the notch on the 2-pin connector. And the point of that is so you can't spin the boom mic. Spinning MMCX connectors is one of the main reasons they wear out, so that's pretty good. Hopefully this MMCX connection will be a little bit more robust than it usually is because you can't spin it. And yeah, it takes a little bit of pressure to get it in, but it fits well. And here's what the microphone sounds like on the Kinera GRAMR PRO cable. Let me know what you think about how this sounds. Is it good enough for calls? Is it good enough for Discord? Is it good enough to start your own podcast? And let's hear how it sounds with some noise playing in the background. And here is the Kinera GRAMR PRO cable with some like people talking noise in the background to see how well it does at picking up or rejecting that kind of noise. So yeah, let me know what you think about how this cable sounds. Is it good enough? You tell me. And we'll try out a couple of different IEMs here, starting with the Kinera Celeste Wyvern. Thought this might look okay because it's got a little bit of green in it, although the green doesn't really match. But yeah, so that's what it looks like on there. And the Truthier Zero fits that pretty well. So yeah, this part of the 2-pin connector is going to be fine. And let's have a look at the foam windscreen. Probably would want to use with this because why not? No reason not to. And that just slides on, pretty self-explanatory how that works. And like I said, you can bend this any way you want. Now the trouble with the geometry here is because you're hanging this boom mic off of the front side, it's going to want to pull the IEM down and forward and rotate the IEM in your ear towards the forward and down direction. And the problem is if you don't have a really stable fitting IEM, yeah, you're going to have problems with it wanting to sag and droop. And let's do some test reps here, starting with the IEMs connected and the microphone connected as well. And yeah, not as bad as I thought it would be, especially considering you got to deal with this mic. So you don't really want to be taking this mic on and off all the time. It's just going to break eventually. And let's get the mic off of here and we'll wrap just the cable with the IEMs connected, kind of like a normal style IEM cable, I guess. And yeah, the behavior of the cable when you're wrapping is good. There's no real issues there. Very nice wrap, actually. Yeah, you can use the cable without the mic, right? But it's like, then I don't know, what's really the point of having a cable with a mic if you're not going to use the mic? If you really wanted to, you could. And we'll try one more wrap here without the mic or the IEMs connected and see how that goes. The wrapping is excellent. The cable just kind of wants to stay in place. And we'll have a look at the termination, the modular termination end here. Yeah, again, this green anodized with the honeycomb or hexagon style detail. And a lot of travel here on the plug, as you can see. The sleeve is very long, so it does go in very far before it's all the way home, which is a good thing. The downside of that is this system, it's long. It's longer than some of the more recent modular cables that have come out. And there's no step on the 3.5 at all, and the barrel is very wide. So if your device has a case or something else that impedes with you plugging it in, you are not going to have any luck here. But if you don't have a case or your 3.5 is unobstructed or not on an angled part of a chassis of a device, then it will go in and it looks nice. But you can see very, very long here overall with the two modular pieces connected together. And we'll just stick the 4.4 in here as well to see, and that's a lot of plugs sticking out of your device. The other thing here is it's not super tight, so if you do pull on the end, it will come out of the other half of the modular. So you want to make sure that you grab it by the larger barrel when you go to pull it in and out of your device, because it will separate apart. The fit is not that tight. Yeah, and as you can see here, the overall length is definitely on the long side. It's actually very similar in overall size to the Lecture Kinera cable, and the RT Flex and especially the Liar Mini do a much better job in having a more compact overall. The diameter of the barrel of the connector is not really the problem. It's really the length that's an issue. So the shorter the overall length is, the better. If it's a little bit fatter, that's not a big deal. But you can see the Liar Mini is just so much shorter than the other ones. And the GRAMR PRO for a cable that just came out is definitely on the longer side. Not amazing there, but it's okay. Yeah, as far as weight goes, this cable is definitely one of the heavier ones. I mean, you do have the the modular ends, which typically make a cable heavier, and you do have the boom microphone, which does add weight to the cable. The boom microphone weighs about 4.5 grams, so even when you take the boom microphone off, this cable is still heavier than almost any other cable on the list, except for the nice HCK First Touch, which has stainless steel hardware, so that's why. It's not a super light cable, and it's definitely a front heavy cable when you have the boom mic on. So the weight of the boom mic, like I said earlier, is always kind of pulling forward on the IEM, and the way the ear hooks are in this thing, they're just too soft to really be effective at anchoring the whole thing in your ear. So I can't really recommend using this cable unless you've got an IEM that fits super securely in your ear and wouldn't rotate if you kind of like tugged or pulled on the cable. I have a few IEMs that fit my ear really, really well. It's usually these semi-custom shaped ones like the Kinera Wyvern or the A4 Performer. I'll put them up on the screen here. You can kind of see the similarities. That when I use an IEM like that, it is stable enough in my ear to kind of counterbalance the extra weight that you're kind of hanging off the front of the whole assembly that's on your ear, if that makes sense. If you've got an IEM that doesn't fit super securely in your ear but is comfortable, like if you have an IEM that really depends on the cable ear hook for how well it fits, you're going to have a miserable time with this. It's going to want to feel like it's tipping all the time. You're going to be like pulling on the cable to like bring everything back from behind your ear. If you wear the cable behind your head, it's definitely a little bit better. You can put it behind your head and cinch it up, and the tension of the cable will help everything from kind of tilting forward. But the problem with that is the chin slider wants to fall down on its own, and you can't really rely on that as well, so you might be messing with it all the time. But I can't stress enough how important it is that the IEM is stable in your ear on its own without a cable or an ear hook. Really, these type of cables, I think, for them to work properly are going to require some kind of more of a solid, ear hook to really anchor everything on your ear, but then you run into problems of that being uncomfortable and not fitting everybody the same. So it's a really nice kind of premium boom mic style cable. It's definitely on the expensive side. The microphone quality is okay. I don't really think it's necessarily a humongous improvement over like a good microphone cable with a inline mic that's much easier to deal with and doesn't cause this like wonkiness problem. I don't really know how much benefit is gained here by just getting the microphone a little bit closer to your chin. It's not a night and day difference in my opinion, but you can listen to the audio sample that's in the video and compare it to some of the other videos I have and tell me if you think it's dramatically better. I think it's okay. I don't think it's like, oh my God. Yeah, this cable is really kind of a mixed bag for me. And part of that is not really the cable's fault. I don't know if I'm totally sold on this style of detachable boom mic IEM cable working. I think it's going to be very hit or miss no matter how well you make the cable. And I think they did an okay job with making a boom mic cable here that is going to fit deep socket IEMs and regular 2-pins really well. And the cable's nice looking, it's got a nice feel, but it's a big gamble here if this is going to work for you and stay in your ear and everything's going to balance okay and correctly. Yeah, it's kind of a tough one. Let me know what you think about this cable. Is it something you get? Have you tried other boom mic cables before? Do you have any kind of opinion on this style of cable in general? Do you think it's something that can work if it's done right, or it's just kind of like whatever? I think it's kind of weird, but I guess for some people, they're going to like it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to see more IEM cable reviews, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Check out the links in the description below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.